friends? It's your girl, Angiera Marie, and you are watching COVID-19 and Company, conversations from the epicenter across Monday. I look forward to being here to spend a little time with you all as you and all of my guests keep me company amidst this COVID-19 pandemic. So I want to say thank you all for watching, all of you all across the globe. I do appreciate all of your support. I want to apologize briefly for being late. I'm having technical difficulties today, so please bear with me. I hope that my connection will stay stable. I'm very excited about today's guest. I wanted to call her back. I'm going to get her back on the line in just a moment. I don't know what it is about Mondays. I drag Mondays, my laptop drags Monday, but I was so excited about today's guest. I was up early. I was like, yes, I had my computer shut down so we wouldn't have this problem, but the show must go on. So better late than never. But I want to share to my other page just before we really get going. I want to talk a little bit today about the COVID-19 situation in Nigeria. Now, most of you probably saw the show I did in November. I think it was November 1st. I had two gentlemen on from Nigeria talking about the situation there, but also talking about it was the End SARS movement was really crazy at that time. So I now wanted to do a follow-up and talk to someone really. I heard that the vaccine just got to Nigeria the beginning of this month. So I'm very excited to hear, are people excited? Is there skepticism? All of those fun things. And here is my beautiful guest. They call this woman a zestful trailblazer. I want to first say Happy Women's Day. Happy Women's History Month. And it's Women's History Month here in the US, but it's also Women's History Month over in Nigeria. So I was very excited to learn about that. So let me introduce Ms. Bartina Banku Agbor. She is the Secretary to the Government of Cross River State in the oil-rich South region of Nigeria. Incidentally, she happens to be the first female holding that position in the state since the advent of the democracy in Nigeria. And I lovingly call her Auntie Tina. Welcome to the show, Auntie Tina. How are you today?
Thank you, Angela, my dear. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thanks. And how are you and your family amidst this whole COVID-19 pandemic?
We are fine. Thank God for that.
Yes.
We've not had any incidents around my family, but we are fine. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So I just gave a little brief of who you are. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are and where you're from.
As you had introduced, my name is Tina Banku Agbor, and I'm from Cross River State.
Yeah.
I'm from a place called Boki Local Government in Cross River State, Nigeria, of course.
Okay.
And I studied law in England.
Mm-hmm.
And I practiced in Lagos for a number of years, then got into politics, and here I am.
Wow, look at that. I just love it. I've heard so much about you, and I was very excited to have this opportunity to speak with you. I know, like here, when I talk to my friends, we don't really know much about Africa, a lot of us. A lot of people are really on this movement of go back to the motherland. However, like we know like about Lagos or maybe Abuja. Like Abuja was new to me, like, oh, okay, where's that? So can you kind of tell me where's Cross River State and maybe what they're known for?
Cross River State is one of the best cities. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's the best city in Nigeria, I can tell you that. The cleanest, the most peaceful, the most hospitable, just the best.
Yeah.
We are at home, peaceful. You love very green, wonderful weather.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 9 months of summer all the
Wow, I'm
time.
already. I
So
love already. Wow. So I heard tourism is really big in Cross River State.
extremely big. Everybody wants to to come here for their tourism and whatever they need.
Oh,
We have a wonderful governor who took over 6-7 years ago, and he has improved the situation even much more. It has always been there, but he has improved it so much to the extent that we call him the digital governor.
wow. That is awesome. It's always
Yeah.
for improvement. So
Yes.
I'm excited. I can't wait to come to Cross River State. So I'm
You're
really
invited. Come, please come.
thank
You'll be surprised what you see. Never mind about what they tell you in the media there about Africa and Nigeria and all that. It's
okay.
not that bad. Otherwise, we won't be looking like this and still sitting here. I have
Exactly.
a big courtyard. I'm sitting outside my courtyard, and you probably will hear some birds flying around here.
Yes.
Yes, I would never have this opportunity in America. To live like this, I would be a billionaire in America.
Yes. Oh, wow. It's beautiful. I've been to, a few places in Africa. I've been to Ghana, and the Ivory Coast, and
Mm-hmm.
but I've been told I haven't been to Africa then because I haven't been to Nigeria. So
Yeah, whoever told you that is correct.
that's
This
really,
is the melting point of Africa, Nigeria.
yeah. So I'm coming soon. This COVID just, had to mess things up. So, Auntie Tina, I really admire you, and I'm sure that you're very much a role model, not just in Cross River, but all across Nigeria, because you're making strides and you're really making history. Like your name is definitely going to be in the history books. So I'm excited about that. In my research, I heard about, that I read that you studied law overseas, as you mentioned. In London, you said?
Yes, in London.
In London. Can you
Yes.
tell me, like, what inspired you to study law and to leave Nigeria and go to London?
Well, at the time, that was the in thing. I mean, you needed to be up there, and British education was better regarded here.
Okay.
So we had to go for the best, and I went for it. Not
That's
easy, but I went for it, and
yes,
I got it.
that's awesome. I
Yeah.
studied a little in France in my undergrad, but I just did like a summer study, but I had a full experience. How did you end up transitioning into government from law?
Well, I practiced law for some time, and I'm kind of multifaceted, if you like. I
Yes.
do business, and in law. I specialize in property, real estate, and
Okay.
along the line, I went into agriculture,
Mhm.
and government had a palm oil estate in Cross River that they were leasing out. So I
Okay.
came into Cross River from Lagos. I was living in Lagos.
Okay.
From London, I lived in Lagos after the law school,
Okay.
and then came back to Cross River. And this palm oil estate, I knew it when I was a little girl. I went to primary school there.
Okay.
So when government said they were leasing it out for private individuals or companies to run it because it was ailing, they were making profit from it. So I came to take it. So
Wow.
when I came, I leased it. So I became a home girl, and it started mixing with everybody, and politics just came by chance. And I found out that I was popular. Why not? So I went in and I contested for the State House of Assembly, but I lost. In
Okay.
Africa, when you say you lost with a quote. And better come open and close, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I lost, but I didn't give up. I kept on. I've contested about 3 or 4 times. Sometimes I won't get a ticket. I've contested for House of Rep about 2 or 3 times.
Mhm.
And the last one in 2015, I contested for House of Rep. Yes. And because I did so well, and I still didn't get a ticket. So it became important that I needed to be given something. So
Yes.
that's how they landed me this.
Wow.
That's how I became the SAG. I mean, it was like a king contest. There were 9 men versus myself alone. I was the only female.
Yes.
And the governor, in his wisdom, decided that there should be an election of the secretary to government. I know in America you do elections to elect a secretary to government. We don't. We appoint here. But in my case, they had to do an election. So I won.
Yes.
And I became one.
I love your persistence. Because
Yes, thank you.
you're like, you know what? They didn't give me this. And I just kept going. And they were not going to tell me no, because I was going to get there. And that's beautiful, because I think sometimes people get discouraged when they get a closed door, they get a no. So
Yes.
I just think that that's encouraging, and maybe that will inspire someone that's watching today. Keep pushing, keep going. You know, until
Yes.
they said no, they closed doors, but she kept going until reached to the top. So I appreciate you sharing that story. How long have you been a public servant now?
This is my second tenure, and this is also history. No one has ever served as secretary to government 2 tenures. I did the first tenure of 4 years, and I'm doing the second. I'm in the second one now. So this is my 6th year.
Awesome. History making.
Yeah.
The first woman holding the position, and the first person to hold it for 2 tenures.
Yes.
Wow, that is awesome. So you really are popular. It's true.
I give all thanks to God and my super digital governor. You want to meet him someday, you must come here. Yes. and meet my governor. He is one of a kind.
Wonderful.
Super intelligent, extremely smart, yes. Forward-looking, wonderful vision.
Wow.
Just a man for the future.
That's
He's working for the next generation.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Africans should have more of this kind of governors.
Yeah, definitely. And this is completely off the subject, but I was reading an article that was saying that America was looking to bring more Nigerian students to study in the US. So maybe there's some young visionaries that'll be, coming to study and coming back to, fill in when he's not in office anymore.
Well, even in America, I mean, you can, from the statistics, Nigerians are doing best in America.
Definitely.
Yes, compared to the other ethnic minorities. Yes.
It's true.
We are very resilient. We are tough people.
Yes.
Yes, so no matter, in fact, the kind of things that happen here and we go through, in America, people will commit suicide. We don't. We just keep going until we conquer.
That's it. I love it, though. So you are pushing, and you don't take no for an answer. No, it's just not acceptable. It's like, okay,
no.
They don't know who I am. I'm Nigerian.
Exactly. You look like one of my sisters. You're Nigerian. I can see it.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I keep hearing. I love it. Thank you. I wanted to ask you about programs. I know you support a lot of programs, and I was reading somewhere about the young girls and how you really fight for the rights of young girl children. And you have a foundation supporting the less privileged girls in your home community. That's correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it and what inspired you to start that foundation?
Yes. I run this foundation, Golden Reach Foundation, golden as in gold. By the time I stretch my golden hand, I reach out to the girls. So I pick you up, and then I hope to make the best out of you. Wow. That's the purpose. Yes. So, like I said, I come from a small village. I'm a village girl ordinarily. Okay. But like I said to them, when I'm motivating them, I say, look at me, I drive a Forerunner now, I live in a big house, I have a big name now. Would you ever believe that I come from a small village? They say, no. No. I said, well, I do come from a small village. I went to a village primary school. At the time I left my village, I couldn't speak proper English. Mm-hmm. So I learned it as I kept going because I knew I wanted to be more than the other villagers. I didn't want to remain a villager.
Yeah.
So for that motivation, and I know that a lot of girls, not everybody would have my spirit, you know.
Yes.
So I need to go back there and try and motivate them and bring them out. And whatever is their problem, I try and solve it for them. Education, of course, is one of it. And that's the beginning. In fact, that's the basis. So once I'm paying fees for about 90 girls now.
Mm-hmm.
They just finished an exams now, 30 passed. So I pay fees for them to get to the university. I start from SS2.
Yes.
Why I start from SS2? People have wondered, why do you start from SS2? SS2, I don't know what you call it in America. It's like
is that like a secondary school?
Secondary school year 3 or something, year 2.
Okay.
That's what, something like that. So I don't want to start from year 1. Why? Because I tell them that I want to give you, you have to show resilience. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So you must show that you've struggled in year 1. You did year 2, you struggled. You didn't get pregnant along the way. You didn't run away with some guy.
Right.
You kept struggling. You got to year 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are now into year 4 because you left 2 years to get finished. So that means you've struggled enough. So I take you from this point.
Yeah.
So there's great hope that you have some form of resilience in you.
Mm-hmm.
So you go through the secondary school and go and do JAM. What we call JAM here is the exams you take into a university, into a college.
Okay.
So when you do the college, then you now get into a university and you become a graduate. There are greater hopes. But if I take somebody from year 1 and by year 2, year 3, she's fallen off, I've wasted my time and my money. I don't want that. So you need to show your own resilience, and along the way, it's like a speedboat is coming to take you. Just keep swimming. So I'll pick you from that point and take you up. That's the reason. But we are doing well with that. Yeah.
Yes, because they have to work for it. They have to know there's help, but they have to do the work.
Exactly.
I love it.
In my time, I didn't find anybody doing that for me. I just kept going. I just knew in my head that no, I will not remain a village girl. I have to do something. Yeah. And I just kept going. So
resilience. I love it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So let me ask you, going back to government, what does a day look like for the Secretary of Government in Cross River State?
It's a hectic job. That's the Secretary to Government's office is actually the fulcrum of governance. Here we call it the engine room of government because it's like a junction. Everything passes there.
Yes.
Yes, you must see everything and distribute the jobs to all the commissioners, that is the MDAs, the ministries, and who should do what, and then you supervise them, ensuring that the government policies are done accordingly as is stated. Then I'm also in charge of the ESCO secretariat. You know, the executive council is the council that takes all the decisions, concludes all the decisions of the state. Before anybody, even the governor, will do something, it has to be passed by the executive council. So that executive council, I run it too. So it's hectic.
Yes, it's hectic. Wow. You have a lot of irons in the fire, is what we like to say. Like you have a lot of things going on.
Yes, and you need to be efficient doing it. Otherwise, being a woman, everybody is looking for you to fail. But thank God, I'm still going.
Yes, wonderful. I love it. It's like resilience, persistence. You have everything that it takes. So they got the right person in there, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you travel a lot. I travel a lot. So I notice when people travel a lot. And I wanted to ask you, this is just for fun, like what's the most exciting place you've traveled and why?
The thing is, I don't travel for holidays abroad. I just travel to see relatives and just going everywhere. I was in Texas there with you, with some of my friends. I got
Uh-oh.
to holidays. I do holidays in Nigeria, incidentally, and in Cross River. There's a place in Cross River that I will urge you to invite everybody to come. It's called the Obudu Cattle Ranch.
Okay.
Obudu Cattle Ranch is 11 kilometers going up steep, just steep up. And then when you go 11 kilometers, you get a plateau. And it's wonderful. From up there, you can see the world. You can see everybody down, valleys, animals, awesome, wonderful scenery. After this, I probably will send you a picture of it or Google it to see it.
Please, it's a
So when I want to relax, I just go there and forget the world and just stay there for 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
And that's it.
Okay. And see, I have to invite you when you come. My hometown is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we have a place called Mount Washington. And Mount Washington is up on a mountain. There's an overlook. There's a little cable car that goes up. And you can go up and down the side of the mountain in the cable car. But you can see the whole city. You can see the river, the fountains. I have to take you there.
Yes. Even the Obudu Cattle Ranch has a cable car. You will see the valleys. You wonder, you see the valleys right up to the cable car.
Yeah.
It's uncommon in Africa. You know that.
Wow. So now I know that you like that. I have to take you there when you come.
Yes.
So let me ask you, with all the changes due to the pandemic when you're traveling, what are some things that you've had to do differently to stay safe?
Well, luckily for us, I think there must be some research why the pandemic is not as drastic here.
Yes.
Because somebody has to find out why that is. It's really not been drastic. And in my state, like I told you, my governor is super digital. He foresaw ahead. And once they said the pandemic was out, he just blocked the borders. He just closed the borders.
Right.
No one came into the states and no one left the states. So we remain here. In fact, people as big as us, top officers in government, we were all on the streets stopping people from coming in or going out.
Wow.
And we started wearing masks immediately. At the time, they were not sure whether cloth masks was good enough, but he said we have to wear masks anyway. So we produced cloth masks.
Yes.
And everybody was wearing cloth masks. It was a common thing everywhere. And for that reason, we didn't have any great effects here.
Yes.
Any great effects. So until it started going down, that we allowed people started coming. Everybody became used to wearing masks. So now we don't have, it's not that much, but the vaccine is here. The isolation center is there. We are good.
Yes, because I saw it was maybe a little over 2,000 deaths total in Nigeria from the COVID-19.
Can you imagine, from 200 million people?
Yes.
Lagos is like I don't know. I mean, so many people in 1 square kilometer, and then yet we have only 2,000 or whatever thousand there.
Yes, it's interesting because I think you all must be all eating bitter cola.
Must be bitter cola. Incidentally, the African herbs we have here, herbs. I was saying to my friend, maybe we should put these African herbs and export them. We just get these herbs and boil them in one big pot.
Yes.
And heat ourselves up. And nothing happens. That's it. It's gone.
That's what I'm hearing. And I really encourage people to try natural herbal remedies. They're really pushing this vaccine. I want to talk to you about that. They're pushing it. There's a lot of skepticism, But I think that if we just use what God gave us in nature, watch your diet, try to eat healthy, do some exercise, we can all stay safe, we can stay healthy. I'm not a huge believer of medication. It's like, okay, do we really have to have all this medication? And I'm concerned about what I'm putting in my body. So I know a lot of people are like, go get the vaccine. I have phone calls. Friends are like, go get the vaccine. And I'm like, I'm not saying never. I'm just saying right now, I'm a little hesitant. I want to know a little bit more. But I understand that you were also the chairman of or you maybe still are the chairman of the COVID-19 Resource Mobilization Committee there.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
You mentioned how you all were in the street keeping people from coming in the state and going out the state. But can you tell me a little bit about what what that committee actually does, and then how things are coming along now? Like the vaccine is there, all of these things are coming up now.
Well, the committee actually, the fright of the COVID led us to that committee, because we were wondering if the state alone was going to be able to fund what was coming. So we had to set up the committee. My governor had to set up a committee and made me the chairman. So we were to look for resources in case we as government would not be able to handle what was coming.
Right.
So the committee did as the best it can, but luckily for us, I mean, we handled it. No, it wasn't that drastic. It wasn't that devastating. So it came out well.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So what I saw in the news reports was that the first COVID-19 vaccinations arrived in Abuja. It was maybe around the 2nd of March, the beginning of this month, and starting to give to healthcare workers. So have the vaccines arrived into Cross River State yet?
Yes, they're here. They are here already. They are here.
Okay. Are people excited, or are they kind of expressing some skepticism?
The lower class people are expressing skepticism, but the civilized people are taking it. So,
okay.
But gradually it would get down.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to come to Nigeria. Are you
can't wait.
allowed to enter Nigeria now? Is it safe to travel there?
It is safe to travel here. It is.
Okay. So that's good. I'm thinking about it. I wanted to ask you something too. My last show where I spoke with a couple guys from Nigeria, I spoke with Alex, I spoke with John, and that was right in the midst of that whole NSARS. Like it was really bad. There was a lot of stuff going on in Lagos and around the region. That kind of stuff kind of slowed down now.
Yes, the NSARS is slowed down now. Yeah.
I know they were looking.
It was bad. It was bad at the time. It was really bad at the time.
Yes.
Nice. It's down. And
okay, very good.
Everything is going back to normal.
Okay, that's very good.
Except for the COVID, of course.
Except for the COVID. Are you all seeing a surge? Because I know they're talking about these different strains of COVID. Like in Europe, my friend lives in Paris, and I was just with her a couple days ago. We were in New York, and she's like, I got to go home and be on lockdown. But when I watch what's going on with my friends, like I have a big following in Burkina Faso because I model for a designer there, and I'm watching what's going on with them on Facebook, and they're modeling. There's no lockdown. It's like everybody's doing good. Is it the same in Nigeria?
What you people should do over there is to come on holidays in times of troubles. You have all the hurricanes there, Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Rosie, Hurricane this. Once you get to that point, just move to Nigeria, move to Africa, come and do your holidays here. When it's winter, tell the European people when it's winter, and all their old people are dying of or something, bring them here. You're wondering about vitamin D. We have it in abundance. I'm sitting out, it's still sunny, evening sun. We have vitamin D everywhere here.
Yeah,
I
right.
think God, God,
Naturally.
God, God lives in Africa.
Naturally. Yes, that's good. So I'm excited about coming to Nigeria, hopefully soon. I want to be mindful of time. I appreciate your time because I know you're such a very busy woman. Do you have
Thank you.
last words, any words of encouragement, something you would like to share with the audience before we get ready to wrap up?
Oh, well, thank you for bringing me up here. And like I've said, Africa is a wonderful place to be in.
Yes.
Not what they tell you in the media. That, in fact, none of it is true. I can tell you, the truth is very minimal.
Yes.
Lots of Africans, I wish they can show you, turn their cameras to the better parts of Africa.
Yes.
I mean, where we live, how we live, our styles and all that. And we are very colorful. So come here and all those things you see, they are not as true. So just come, we are here. It's beautiful to be here.
I'm
All right?
wonderful. We have to come. I tell people that all the time from my trips. They go, well, did you feel safe in Africa? And I'm like, I was having a ball. Like, I didn't want to come home. I cried when I
Exactly.
plane. Like, do I have to go back to America? Can I just stay? So I love being in the continent, and I'm looking forward to making that trip to Nigeria, where I will really experience Africa, as they tell me, the real Africa.
Yes, I want to take you to the village. You know where we started? I
Yeah.
want to take you to my village where we all started. My grandfather, my great grandfather, my great 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 grandfather, and all that, and all my family. See how lovely everybody is, how wonderful, how warm.
Yes.
Everybody forces you to eat, whether you want to eat or not. They say, you just have to eat. You have to
It.
eat. You
I
know?
have to mention this to you too, because I heard the fattening room is
Oh yes,
available.
all of us went into maybe that's why I'm still bulky. All of us went into the family factory room. You put you
Yes.
in factory room for 3 months,
Yes.
and all they do to you is they give you food and they clean your skin. You
Mhm.
don't do a thing. You don't lift a finger to do anything
Wow.
for 3 months, and your family feeds the whole community for 3 months.
Wow.
That's the penance for making you beautiful. You are a young girl, you are up now for marriage, but
Yes.
this is, they're showing, tasting their daughter. So we all went through that. It's
Wow.
beautiful.
I was so amazed when I heard about the fattening room. I was like, the what? They said, yeah, for you all that know me, that have seen me before, the audience who's watching,
Mm.
I have a lot of hips. I have the slim waist,
Yes.
wide hips. And so I get teased all the time from my friends in Nigeria or from Nigeria because they go, did you go to the fattening room? And I was like, what is the fattening room? I don't know what that is. And so they were telling me it's a place that young women go when they're preparing for marriage. And
Yes.
feed them and fatten them up. That's correct, Auntie Tina?
Yes, they eat and fatten them up
Mhm.
because here in Western, in the West,
Yes.
beauty is slim. Yeah, beauty is curve.
Yes.
So they try and curve their girls up and say, look, I have young girls here for marriage, they're ready. So
Yeah.
that's what we do. It's beautiful.
I love it. That's something so cultural. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I have to check that out. Maybe I need to go there. I heard
You're
they
too old
learned
now.
some
They
secrets.
won't let you in anymore. You have to be between 14 to 18.
Man, maybe they
Yeah.
maybe we can convince them to do like a fattening room part two, like for the women that are of older age that are ready to get married.
Why not?
I
That's
mean,
another
like,
thing. You can start one.
you never know.
You can start one. They'll be glad. They say yes. Well, that's another version of it. Why not?
Yes. Because I heard they learned some tips and some tricks, for the home, for their husband.
That is
I
a
heard
job
some
of the
secrets.
parting room. They teach you everything. They teach you how to look after a man. They teach you how to clean up. They teach you
Yes.
everything. even how to handle the man nagging you. You know what
Oh,
to do.
see,
Yes,
I
they
need
teach
that
you all
school.
that. What you should do with a man who is nagging.
I love it. This is so great, Auntie Tina. I thank you so much for joining me. How can we reach you? If anyone wants to reach you, any kind of collaborations or anything, how can we reach you?
My phone number is there. My email address, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Or if you want it now, I can give you.
You can send it to me. You have, I know,
Okay.
you have Facebook presence, so we can like your
Pardon?
page. Your Facebook. You have Facebook.
I've not been using
I don't
Facebook, but I
man.
probably would get into it.
Okay. I said you probably don't
I
man.
have Instagram, I have Twitter,
Okay.
and I have LinkedIn, but I have my media team, they handle all that.
Yes. Okay. So we'll look for you on Instagram or LinkedIn. You know, anybody wants to reach you, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. And before I
Yes, looking forward to having you here someday.
thank you. I'm ready. I'm like, let's go.
Bring some of your friends.
Yes. It could be like a whole party.
Yes.
So we'll work on
Ah,
it. Definitely.
all right.
All right. So before I go, I'll let Auntie Tina go because I know I don't want to keep running your time. Just
Yeah.
close out the show. Thank you so much for being with us today, though.
Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right.
God
Enjoy
bless
the
you.
rest of your day.
Thank you. God bless you. Thanks a
God
lot.
bless you.
Mm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was, as I dearly lovingly call her, Auntie Tina. That is Miss Bar Tina Banku Agbor. She is the secretary to the government of the Cross River State in Nigeria, and she's been keeping me company right here on COVID-19 and Company. As you all know, I always share a Bible verse before I go. So I am going to quickly read from it's 1 John 4:4, and it reads, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." And today I share that verse because I want to encourage all of you to be strong, be resilient, be persistent, follow your dreams. Greater is he that is in you. You have a lot of gifts inside of you that may be waiting to be birthed. And I want to encourage you to use those gifts. In this time during this pandemic, I offer my condolences to all of the families that have lost their loved ones due to this pandemic. Also, I am sending love and prayers and good vibes to the people that are fighting this virus. I have a friend that is still in the hospital fighting COVID right now, like a close personal friend. I know a lot of you know people and have had people close to you that have, suffered with this virus. But we want to keep pushing. If you're listening to this and you're fighting this virus, please just keep pushing. Will to live. And as you keep pushing, we'll keep praying, and we look forward to seeing recovery. There's been far many more recoveries than deaths in this pandemic. So we want to be mindful of that. We get the fear factor going that, everybody's dying from this virus, but it's not true. So please just keep forward, keep pushing forward. I love you guys. I want to see the best for you all. And next week on COVID-19 and Company, I will have the Lopez's returning from Generation Next Realty. We're going to talk a little more about home ownership. They have a new homeowner workshop coming up the beginning of next month. So we will end off Women's History Month with the Lopez's. It's George and Charmaine Lopez. They're a team, a couple, and they work tirelessly to help people get into a home. They're realtors. They also have a marketing company, and they are huge sponsors of my show. So shout out to them. They actually helped me to have this platform. So it's Generation Next Realty with George and Charmaine Lopez will be next week's guest. Shout out to them. Shout out to Careworthy and Hot Wax Promotion. Shout out to the Organization of Black Designers. Shout out to Tangi Watts, publicist extraordinaire in Charlotte. And my beautiful makeup sponsor, Miss Gloria Wong. Shout out to her. And Toya Nicole, Cola the model. She's such a big supporter of the show. I appreciate you, Toya. And last but not least, K Diamond Braided Wigs. I'm wearing this beautiful wig from K Diamond Braided Wigs, and you can get your very own. They're by Katie Rose. You can follow her here on Facebook or on Instagram. Just look for her under Katie Sy, KHADY Katie Sy, and you can get your fabulous K Diamond braided wig. Okay, thank you guys once again, all of you for watching. I thank you for your support. I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, Mondays, COVID-19 and Company, 12 noon, here on Facebook, and soon we'll be also on YouTube. So stay tuned. Toodles for now from Angira Marie. You've been watching COVID-19 and Company, conversations from the epicenter across the globe.